Yo, what's up guys? Hope you're all having an amazing day. Today we're back with another tutorial after a long time, and this one is about this cool Xerox machine, but the thing that is different is that it's actually multicolor. So without any further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so I have created a document in a size of 3000 to 7500 and with a 300 dpi, so you can just copy these settings if you want to copy all the other settings that I'm going to add further in a video. So actually we're gonna create something like this, but I'm just gonna show you how I created the soldier. And let me just take my image here and paste it here. So this was an image I found on Pinterest, and I believe it is generated with AI, and it was somewhere around like this image like this, and I added all the other parts around with the generative fill. So let me just fix the size of the image. I'm just gonna put it in the middle somewhere around there. That is awesome. All right, at the very beginning I'm just gonna make a copy of this, and I'm just gonna name it main image. I'm just gonna hide that one, and from here I'm going to go to the filter and camera raw filter. Just make sure that your image is converted to smart object like this, and then you will go to the filter, camera raw filter, and I would like to just boost up my texture and my clarity like so. And for images like this, as you can see, we have so many dark areas. I'm just gonna bring up my shadow a little bit so that I could have more details here, and also bring up my highlights to have more highlights over here, and I believe you're good to go. Awesome. And after we have just adjust our photo, I would like to go to the filter, and this time I will go to filter gallery, and from here let me just zoom back. I have added a couple of different settings. The first one is grain, with a grain type of enlarge, with these settings that you can copy. Let me just this is with and without the effect. And after that I've added a grain, another grain actually, with the type of clumped, with these settings, and another one on top with these settings. This one is on enlarged with intensity of 29 and contrast of 17. So you can simply just add from down here, you know, new effect layer, you can just add another one, but we don't need it. And actually so many people after adding these grains would just go for stamp to get this type of, you know, effect, but I don't like the effect of the stamp, like, you know, these clumpy shapes. So I would just turn that off, and we are good to go with these three grains. So I would just hit OK, and now this is without and this is with our filter gallery. Just takes a little bit. Awesome. So now as you can see, just because we have added the grain effect, we are losing some data here. That's why I just, if I just open it up, that's why I just, you know, cranked up my shadow and highlight on this image here. Okay, for now we are good with the image. I'm just gonna add a threshold, and as you can see we have something like this. Now if you just compare this effect to the stamp that I just showed you, you can see this one is much more better, and it looks more sicker than the stamp one. So I'm just gonna put it around this number to have a better highlight. The thing is that for this effect, when you just lighten up your image, the white area will be base color, your shadows, and when you just bring it toward the darkness, so as you can see, if I just bring it up, we will have much less lights here. These are our highlights actually. So we're gonna start with the base color. So the thing I'm going to do here, let me just fix this so you guys can see the layers better, is that I'm gonna select these two layers. I'm just gonna duplicate that and I'm gonna make these two invisible. We're just gonna work with this one for the base layer. So this is great for our base layer. So I'm just gonna again select both of these and hit Command E to merge them together, and double click on my layer style and double click to get my layer style, and I'm just gonna go to color overlay, and from here I'm just gonna choose a nice brown because I'm just going to work on the horse for now, the one that I used on the other document. So this is a nice brown here that we got. Okay, so this will be our base, or maybe I would better say shadow. Now we're going for the midtones. Again, we have this layer here. I'm just gonna duplicate it, make it visible, and from here I'm just going to make it darken a little bit more for the midtones. Somewhere around 70 is nice. And again, I'm going to select both of them, hit Command E to merge them. I'm just gonna type midtones. Midtone is nice. And from here there is one more thing that we gotta do. So basically we have to go to the magic wand tool and we need to delete all the black areas. So when you select magic wand tool, make sure that the contiguous is off, so that when you click on a black area, it would just select all the black areas in your image. So I'm just gonna click on there and I'm just gonna hit delete. So now, as you can see, if I just hit Command D to deselect our shadows that we have created, and this will be our midtone. So if you believe that, for example, your midtones is so much, you can just simply undo this and just, you know, change your midtones a little bit more. So I'm just gonna go around 75, I believe is nice. Again, do the thing, midtone. And from here, again, I'm just going to choose this brown. I believe this is better. And oh, I haven't deleted the black areas. I'm just gonna delete that, and boom, as you can see, we're having our midtones and our shadows. So it's already looking sick. So I'm just gonna do this one more time for our highlights, and then I'm just gonna bring it down so much so that we would have some little parts for the highlights. Do the same thing. I'm gonna type highlights and I'm gonna delete the black parts. So now, as you can see, we're having our highlights. Just gonna add color overlay with this color here. You can just simply copy my settings, and as you can see, we're good to go. But from here, I'm going to add more colors, and I'm just gonna colorize the other parts. The good thing is that we don't need to repeat all this process from now on. We just have to, you know, duplicate all these layers and change the colors and just mask them around. So let me show you how. I'm just gonna group all of these and type brown, and I'm gonna make a copy of it. For example, I'm going for the cape here. I'm just gonna type red, I'm gonna bring it up, and from here I'm gonna double click on the shadows again. So I'm just gonna choose the red for now. I'm just gonna choose that one. So as you can see, it is affecting all our image, but don't worry about it. I'm just gonna double click on the midtones. Just gonna choose the red for that one, and for the highlight also. I'm just gonna make the highlight is actually good. Yeah, and from here I'm just gonna click on my group, the red group, and click on mask, hit Command I to invert it, and hit X to invert my color. So I'm just gonna brush white on the black areas on my mask. And always make sure for this type of images and this type of edit, make sure your hardness is on 100% so that you wouldn't have some leakage on the colors. So when you are, you know, brushing the areas, you wouldn't want the other parts to be brushed because of your soft brush. So make sure to keep it on hard, and you would just, you know, simply colorize all the parts that you are looking for. So I'm just gonna colorize that. I didn't want that one, so I'm just gonna hit X to bring out my black and delete that. Easy peasy. That is awesome. Now again, I'm just gonna duplicate my brown again because this one has a mask. So for this, I'm just gonna say, for example, green, and I'm gonna repeat the same process. So I'm just gonna hit green. So as you can see, I'm just gonna change it super fast for you so that you can see. Awesome. And then I'm just gonna hit the mask, Control I, invert it, bring up my brush with the color of white, and I'm just gonna colorize, you know, the foot and the leg, not the foot, just the leg, and here the arm, not this part and not this part. Just gonna colorize that, you know. Awesome. Colorize it better. How did I do this? Yeah, as you can see. So on this one, I'm just gonna change some of my, this was a bold green and I didn't want that, so I'm just gonna make it more of a whitish and washed green, and that is awesome. And from now on, you can just repeat the same process over and over again. So let me just show you the other file that I have here. So basically what I did here was, you know, creating different colors: red, green, gray, and yellow. For the gray, I colorized himself and his sword and, you know, the rocks around him to make this look, you know, to make the horse pop out more, and the yellow for the saddle and everything. So we're actually good to go from here. And what I did after that was to just, you know, add this image of the shield, and I did the exact same process with it, you know, colorized it and just made it a little bit darker and created this text, the texture, and after that I just needed to, you know, make the background invisible. So this is actually what I came up with. Yeah, we are actually done with the video. This tutorial was super easy. The style is super easy and super useful. You can use it on any image that you like, and it will give you a very nice result at the end. So hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and if you did, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.